Welcome to Kingdom Perspective, the radio program of Prayer 2000 designed to bring transforming revival and healing of the land. It is our prayer for God to touch us as His people, to seek His face and be obedient to His will and purposes.
Philippians 3:13-14, we're using the New Living Translation. It reads, "No, dear brothers and sisters, I am still not at all I should be, but I am focusing all my energies on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead. I strain to reach the end of the race and receive the prize for which God, through Jesus Christ, is calling us up to heaven." I am Reverend Naylor Ricketts, the president of Prayer 2000, and I share with you on this topic this morning, abandonment with expectation. It is worth it to abandon everything for the sake of Christ. Paul learned this firsthand in his desperate desire for Christ to be glorified through his life. Paul abandoned everything, including his personal comfort, worldly possessions, and eventually his life. Paul was willing to learn how to suffer for Christ, sharing in his death and ultimately in his resurrection. If we really believe that God's desire is for the transformation of our cities and the healing of our land, then we must commit ourselves to walk in complete obedience. If God has called us to participate in this grandest of calling, the salvation of people and the restoration of His creation, then what hinders us from abandoning ourselves to this calling? Paul stood before King Agrippa and said, "I was not disobedient to the heavenly calling." Acts 26 verse 19. Let us join with Paul in abandonment to obedience to the heavenly calling of transformation. Join me as we worship God as the one who is worthy of our worship. Let's give praise to the Lord for His heavenly calling on our lives. Confess the way that you have strayed from His calling. Recommit yourself to a life of abandonment with expectation, believing that God will fulfill His word. Pray that the Lord will call out believers in the church to live boldly with abandonment and expectation. Pray that leaders in your church and community will commit themselves to lead with radical obedience. Worship and adore the Lord for calling you into extreme hope and expectation for the healing of your land. Tell the Lord how much you believe He is worthy of your abandonment to Him. Let's remember, why call ye me Lord, Lord, when you do not do the things that God says? God is expecting us to walk in obedience. God bless you.
We will shout to the corners of the earth that Christ is King. We speak to nations, be open. We speak to nations, fall on your knees. We speak to nations.
Thank you for listening to Kingdom Perspective. You may contact us by email at kingdomperspective@prayer2000.org or by telephoning us at 924-0819 or 924-1536.